quickly go through the sheet. This is just practice with the graphing. There's a couple interesting ones on here though. So again, you just got to find 2 points. There's one, and we're going up 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my slope. Remember, start with the point on the left. Here it's kind of hard to tell. It looks like that's a point. That's a point. Now we have to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over 1. So that would be -6 over 1, but we would just write -6. Now this one's a little bit hard. If I find 2 nice points on here, neither one of them is furthest to the left because they're on top of each other, right? So let's just start with the top one. Okay, if I start with the top one, whoops, my pen is wigging out. I got to find some batteries. If I start with the top one, to get to this one, I have to go down. So it's down 2, but I didn't have to move over at all. Now, you can't divide by 0. So whenever you see 0 on the bottom, your slope is just undefined. That's your slope. And actually, you don't even have to do this in the future. If you see a vertical line, one that's going straight up and down, because there's no moving over, that bottom number would always be 0. So any vertical line has a slope that's undefined. Okay. Here, this one's straightforward. There's a point up 1, 2, 3 over 1. So that would just be a slope of 3. You should try these yourself. There's a point. There's a point. We have to go down 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. So remember, that's down, so it's a slope of -4. Okay, this one's weird too, right? Pick the point on the left. I don't have to go up or down to get to this other point. So my top number is 0, my bottom number is 2, but 0 over anything is just 0. And all horizontal lines are going to be like this because they're not going up or down at all. The top number is always 0. So this is going to, any horizontal line is a slope of 0. And you can remember that by the z's. So, the middle letter in horizontal is like z, right? So z goes with 0. So any horizontal line is a slope of 0. Any vertical line is a slope that's undefined. Okay, 6 more, but these are pretty straightforward. Look, there's a point. We have to go down 1 over 1. So down 1 over 1, slope of -1. There's a point up 2 over 1. Slope is just 2. Here, again, up 2 over 1. Slope is just 2. Remember, folks, always start with a point to the left. You always want to be moving from left to right now. Down here, you got to look at these values here. So let's go from this point. We're going down 1 notch, but that's going down from 10 to 5. So we drop 5, and here we're going over 1, 2. And that's just single values down there. So it's just -5 over 2. Here we're going from 0 to 10. So my top number is 10. And I'm going over 1, 2, 3. But it's not, I'm really going from 0 to 6. You see? Don't forget to reduce. So that's really 5/3. This one here is kind of hard to tell where the points are. That's why I put them in here. So you're actually going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the way up to 12. You're going up 12 over 1, which is just 12. Stop, rewind, pause, watch again if you need to. See me if you have questions.